Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? Our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the understudy is in position tonight. I am here for Adam Wild, who is typically on these streams. I have all my notes in my hand. Sorry, I'm just fixing my microphone here. And today, oh, hold on. I'm peeking a little. I need to turn this down a little. I'm peeking. Oof. That is brutal. Why is that so unbelievably loud? Why is that so loud? Okay, that's a little better. Oh my gosh, that sounds a little better. Let me hit a button for you guys.
Crab people.
I think that's a little better. We are about to have, hold on. Let's get this sorted. There we go. Okay. I like that a little better. There we go. Okay. We're settled in. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 7. This is going to be a good time. Yes, Adam Wild is indeed at a Neil Young concert. There aren't many opportunities left in life if we're being perfectly honest, to see Neil Young. And Adam Wild has had tickets for months. And as people in the chat were talking about, we love when you have a healthy work-life balance. And here at STBN, if Adam needs the night off to go see Willie Nelson, we will give him that night off. And that is why you are stuck with me for game number 7, the 197th ever game 7 being contested in NHL history tonight between the Oilers and the Canucks. We started off right away. There's going to be a lot more yelling, first of all. If you are not used to me streaming, get used to it for tonight at least. There's going to be a lot more yelling. The energy is going to be at a 12 instead of like a comfy 8 where Adam usually is. We're getting up to a 12 all night long. And right away in the chat, we got 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. Corey gifted a bunch of memberships right off the top, and I absolutely appreciate that from you. So, Game 7, as we all know, I need your predictions in the chat, first of all. Who you think's going to win this one? Are we thinking that... Because I feel like both teams are in a position where it's their breakthrough moment, even though the Oilers have been in a Eastern Conference final or Western Conference final before, so it would be back to familiar territory, but they still haven't broken through and like done the thing, gotten to the Stanley Cup. And the Vancouver Canucks, after years of not being very good, I know they had the 2020 season where they were decent, but generally not great the last few years. Surprising a lot of people being in this position. Can they make it to a Western Conference final? I think both teams are in kind of a similar boat, even though Edmonton's had a lot more cracks at this. I don't know if any team is like more desperate, is what I'm trying to say. Neither team feels more desperate to get this done. Both of them are equally hunting for this moment to prove a lot of the haters wrong. And the storyline going into tonight, well, it's been all series, the big storyline, Stuart Skinner, but on the for the Vancouver Canucks, they have the biggest storyline going into tonight, and that's Brock Boeser. Brock Boeser is not in the lineup. He's not going to be active for the rest of the postseason. I'm watching them all walk out of the tunnel right now. Boeser's done with a blood clot in his leg, which is just absolutely devastating for the person. This is where you want to go to first. You think about, hey, he's not going to be able to experience Game 7. He's not going to be in this game, and that really sucks for him. And then as a team as a whole, there's a guy who was your leading scorer, and now you just rip him out of the lineup. And fortunately for Boeser, as Elliot Friedman reported, it's non-life-threatening. This isn't a long-term health issue. The doctors in Vancouver have him on blood thinners, which is going to help him recover successfully from his blood clot issue, but it's going to result in him missing the playoffs here. And for the lineups, I got all the lineups here. For the lineups for tonight with the Boeserless Vancouver Canucks, they're going Mikheyev, Miller, Pettersson, Joshua, Lindholm, Garland, DiGiuseppe, Bluger, Amon, Hoglander, Pew Suter, Sam Lafferty on the forward group. And on D, we got Hughes, Hronek, Susie, Myers, Zadorov, and Ian Cole. And then, as I mentioned, on the Edmonton side of things, Stuart Skinner wasn't tested a whole bunch in Game 6, so we really don't know if Stuart Skinner's on his A game after being replaced by Pickard, but we'll see. We'll see. Like, he's going to be a big part of this thing because we know Vancouver's going to get shots on goal. Like, it's not going to be like Game 6 where they kind of didn't have as much going on. They're going to show up tonight, and can Skinner get Edmonton those extra saves that they need? And then Draisaitl's going to be Draisaitl. He's been one of the best goal scorers of all time. It's like him, Mario, and Gretzky, the only goal scorers at his current goal-scoring pace. It's Draisaitl's the third fastest player in NHL history to record 100 playoff points. Gretzky did in 46 games, Lemieux in 50, and then Draisaitl in 60 games, the third fastest ever. And if you look at the lineup for the Oilers, their projected line combinations based on the line rushes, they'll obviously switch it up a whole bunch during the game as Chris Knobloch loves to do. But they're going Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Holloway, Draisaitl, Kane, Fogle, McLeod, Ryan, Janmark, Carrick, Brown, and then on D, Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Desharnais, Kulak, and Ceci. And that Kulak-Ceci bottom pairing is the appropriate bottom pairing as they went away middle of the series from Nurse and Ceci, and what a fabulous decision that was. And in the chat, we have more gifted subs. Thank you for the gifted subs. This collection of subs. Oh, there's so many. Hold on. Let me scroll. To see who actually gifted them. Steve Dangle! Steve Dangle in the chat, everybody! Steve Dangle gifted 50 subs. You absolutely love to see it. Thank you, Steve Dangle. Thank you. And I think that's a cause for bringing out the first instance of the Dancing Animal Squad, the DOS. The national anthems are underway. We're still a couple minutes, but not too many away from puck drop. As the NHL tends to do, we are not starting on time. We're about 15 past the hour now, and we still are on the national anthems. The crowd is singing. The people in the chat are having a good time. I hope you guys are all having a good time. I hope you guys are all here ready for heartbreak. I am tonight wearing my Team Canada World Cup of Hockey jersey because I am rooting for hockey tonight. I am rooting for Canadians across the country who get to watch two Canadian teams go at it in Game 7. And the last time we as a hockey watching community had two Canadian teams go at it in a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup playoffs, let me know if you know. It was the Leafs losing to the Montreal Canadiens in the bubble season. Yes! That is the last time we had an all-Canadian Game 7 matchup. We got a "What's up, brother?" from Paul in the chat. Thank you, Paul. And we got a $2 super chat from Jonas, said SDPN tonight. There's no SDP tonight. If you're looking for the Steve Dangle podcast, we are on vacation. It is Victoria Day in Canada, so there is no new SDP today. We are underway. Puck drop in Vancouver. Game 7 is happening right now. We are underway in Vancouver. Let me know in the chat who you think is going to take this home. My mic keeps dropping. I think I just got to tighten the stand a little. It's throwing me off. I got to keep bending down. But if I get this up in my face, oh, that's a lot better. A Victoria Day and Memorial Weekend. We got Ev's asking Victoria Day and Memorial Weekend. They sometimes line up, but this year they do not line up. It's very nice when Victoria Day and Memorial Weekend in the States line up, but this year they did not. We're having our Victoria Day a week before, and next week you guys have a Memorial Day in the States. Johnny says he's got $20 on Vancouver tonight. That's confidence, putting your own hard-earned money to work, hopefully for you. According to the poll, there's a face-off at 19:20 here. The Canucks are working it behind the net, throwing it on Skinner. Oilers go the other way. Ceci throws it deep right onto Schvilofs, and he covers the puck. at 19:05 of the first period. According to the poll set pregame in the chat, 60% of you think the Vancouver Canucks are winning the game tonight, and 40% of you are on the side of the Oilers take game number 7. 19:05, face-off to the left of Shrilov's, won by the Canucks, thrown the length of the ice, but not enough for icing. CC goes back, plays the puck a little bit up the boards. All the way back down to the Vancouver end. Draisaitl working behind the net. Draisaitl's been so dynamic. He's such an unreal performer. You absolutely love to see the best at the top of their game. And there's a shot on net by the Oilers. A rebound. What a save by Shrilovs. Oh my goodness, right away. What an unbelievable goal-saving save. Right away. Right, less than 2 minutes in, a juicy rebound and an unbelievable save by Shrilovs. We got a puck played by a high stick and a pause at 18:08 of the first period. I want to see this replay here by Shrilovs. Oh, what a little deception. Kulak got the rebound. Oh my goodness! He saved it with the side of his blocker. Beautiful. That was Holloway coming with the shot, and then Kulak had that rebound. Unreal. Unreal right away. If you are just tuning in looking for Adam Wild, yes, he is at a Neil Young concert. I see the SDPN mod in the chat filling people in. We must update you. I am not Adam Wild. So we got the Oilers working the puck behind the net. Working it in the middle of the zone. Nice little shot there by Nuge on goal. We got the Nuge-McDavid line out. McDavid passes it over to Evan Bouchard, and he loses it at the line. Regroup by the Oilers. Yes, everybody, I hope you keep rocking in the free world tonight. Pucks played deep into the Vancouver zone. Zach Hyman. Connor Brown gets hit along the boards. A lot of this action right now in the first 3 and change of this hockey game has been the Oilers having great offensive pressure and the Vancouver Canucks not getting anything going. Shots are 4-0. Oilers almost scored a goal. All right. If you're not familiar with my streams from the Rangers Hurricane series, we had a challenge. Oh, we got a puck played into the bench. So at 16:20, we're getting a face-off here. If you're not familiar with my streams in the Hurricanes Rangers series, we played a little game. It was called the Justin Fisher Sub Challenge. The Justin Fisher Sub Giveaway Challenge, where I picked 2 players, and if either of those players scored a goal, Justin Fisher, social media extraordinaire of SDPN, will be forced to give away 10 subs in the chat. 16:20, we got the face-off here. Vancouver finally trying to break out into the offensive zone. Here they go. Oh, play up the wing. Nice shot. Saved by Stuart Skinner. Dakota Joshua's out there with Lindholm and Garland. Still, I guess it wasn't a shot on goal. It missed wide, that shot there. I think that was Dakota Joshua who had that shot. So I'm going to pick 2 players to score tonight. And if either one of those score, Justin Fisher will have to donate 10 subs for one of them and 20 subs, another 10 subs if the other player scores. Here comes EP40, drops it back to JT Miller, passes it around. Out front, nothing. Sorry, I can't even pick two players while there's so much action going on. Pettersson lays a hit along the boards. Oh, almost gets a rebound in front. Can't quite get it. It squeaks right by. The Canucks do have their first shot on goal, however. Here's a nice shot by Mr. Bouchard on Shrilovs, and play is stopped. So I'm going to pick, now that we have a TV timeout and a pause in the action, I am going to pick, Evan Bouchard's already have 2 shots on goal, so why don't we go with Bouchard? Draisaitl or McDavid would be the easy pick, but I'm going to go with Evan Bouchard. Oh, we don't have a TV timeout. They're sticking here. But Bouchard's my pick for Edmonton, so if Bouchard scores, we get 10 subs in the chat. And for Vancouver, I think it's got to be JT Miller? I think it's got to be JT Miller, right? Big game Miller? Okay, I'll go with JT Miller and Evan Bouchard. A little off the board. We got another stoppage in play here at 14:50 of the first period. Puck's coming all the way back to the other end. Shots are 6-1 for the Oilers. Lot of high event plays by the Oilers so far. Only really one chance by the Canucks. My two picks, Evan Bouchard and JT Miller. If either of those score, Justin Fisher will donate gifts, sub gifts to the chat. This microphone keeps falling. I'll get it all sorted at intermission. The Vancouver Canucks are playing the puck at center ice. They send it in deep. The Oilers, Desharnais is working the puck behind the net. He does not get it out. Here's Ilya Mikheyev! Mikheyev can't finish around Stuart Skinner. Oh, my goodness. What a chance for Ilya Mikheyev. Wow. Because the puck's out of play at 13:44. Ilya Mikheyev with a golden opportunity. Can't feed it around Skinner. Barely hits it off the side of the post. My goodness. I am sorry, Frosted, for your ears there. I got a little excited at Ilya Mikheyev. Possibly with a nasty dangle. My goodness. But he does not finish. He does not finish, as we can see. Someone asked, where's the clock? What are you talking about? Is this not visible? Is this not visible? Luke Davidson. Hello. Luke Davidson. Let's say hello to the chat. So JW Wells says, good thing we got rid of him. Talking about the Leafs. No, Mikheyev's been great. Mikheyev's been great. I shouldn't say he's been great for the Canucks. I think he's been, for what he's being paid to do, I shouldn't say he's been great. I want to give him some leeway, because Tocchet hasn't given him a defined role, so I don't want to say he's failed in anything, but he's competent. Like, he hasn't been great. He hasn't been the best, but he's been there. He's been there. I think he's been a player. That's the leeway I'll give him. I can give you a clap, sure, Pam. Richard, Jesse McCabe never scores. He has not been great. Well, like, he hasn't been great. We got 13:44 here. We're coming back. They dropped the puck here. The faceoff is won by the Oilers. They're going back to their own zone. You guys want bigger the biggest complaint I'm getting is you want a bigger clock. Andy says he's been a passenger, Jesse. I'm just trying to give McCabe some leeway because I like the dude. I'm trying to give him some leeway, but Vancouver fans, you are clearly not happy with passenger McCabe. All right, 13:50 to go. Face off coming again. A little shot on Skinner. He easily saves it. They're showing the replay of the McCabe play. Miller passes it to him. Oh, just can't finish. His hands aren't dirty enough. Emmy says, we would love a bigger clock. Is everybody watching on their phone? I can try a bigger clock for you in during the first intermission. If that's the complaint, I'm here to serve the people. I'm a man of the people. I will get you your bigger clock. We got Hughes working the puck in his own zone behind the net. It's thrown out front. Nice save by Shrilovs. That was, who had the shot there? Nice little steal by the Oilers. Like, pressuring Quinn Hughes behind the net, getting it out front. Fogle was out there hanging out for that rebound. It was McLeod with the shot. Oilers looking dangerous. Quinn Hughes has got to be a little quicker with that puck. You can't get it smothered and taken away from you when you're working in your own zone. Like, that's a little... You need to be moving that puck a little quicker. Here we got EP40 working the puck into the zone. Stolen by McDavid. Out front to the Oilers, who dump it in deep. And I believe that puck went into the bench once again. At 12:44, we have another stoppage in play. We can't get more than like a minute going without a stoppage in play, guys. Let's keep going here. Shots right now. 8-2. 8-1 on the scoreboard below me, but 8-2 on the television screen. So I think the one that I have needs to be corrected. Or the one on the TV screen needs to be recorrected. Who knows? We'll see what the NHL does. Tyler Myers working the puck behind the net. In the Vancouver zone. Here come the Canucks breaking out. Elias Pettersson seems like he's been on the ice for a lot of this first period here so far. Nearly 8 minutes in, I feel like he's played a lot of minutes. I've said his name quite a few times. Oilers have the puck behind their own net. It's Matthias Ekholm. Sending it down. No icing. It was tipped along the way. Sent all the way back to the other end of the ice. Chased down by Desharnais. And we have another stoppage in play. Another icing at 11:55 of the first period. Johnny D. I think the clock. Oh, we got a shot on goal here. Shrilovs. Like that extra V. Shrilovs saves it there at 11:55. There we go. Face off here. They've corrected the shots on goal to the correct shots that I have. 9 shots for Edmonton, 1 for Vancouver. We got a chat here that I thought was very funny from Johnny D. Johnny D said, "We're watching on our phones, Jesse. We can't all afford 2 TVs in our front rooms." Fair. So you want a bigger clock is the biggest complaint I've heard tonight. Bigger clock. More numbers. The puck's along the boards. Edmonton's breaking out here. There's Draisaitl entering the zone. Shot blocked by Zadorov. Great low block by Zadorov there. That was Holloway with the shot on goal. Where's Adam? He's at a Neil Young concert. No lie. He doesn't have many opportunities in his life to see Neil Young live, so we got to let him have that opportunity. There's McDavid with a shot on goal, blocked once again by the Vancouver Canucks. Derek Ryan's out there working the puck behind the net. I think that's a hand pass. Yes, a hand pass. And now McLeod is throwing fists. McLeod and Derek Ryan's in there too. McHale's getting in there. Hoglander's standing there. A little scuffle. Nothing comes of it, though. Don't think we're gonna have any penalties coming out of that. Robert Malloy. More numbers. Yes, we will get you more numbers. Adam is indeed rocking in the free world. Joe. Bintang Warrior says Lindholm hat trick. I don't know. Lindholm hat trick? It'd be crazy. I feel like we're going to get a really low-scoring game here. I tweeted this out earlier, but all the Game 7s that have been played so far these playoffs, and there's only been 2, both of them throughout the entire game, 100% of the time in both the Game 7s that were played these playoffs, the score was within 1 goal, which is like insane. So here comes McDavid up the ice. He's doing a McDavid thing. He is burning everybody. Shot on goal. Saved by Sheeloffs. They got the kilometers per hour graphic going as McDavid burned by everybody. 10 minutes left in the first period. McDavid just doing a lap of cardio out there with the puck on his stick, dangling away. Nice little shot right past Quinn Hughes, right into the glove of Sheeloffs. 37.6 kilometers per hour, his top speed. Unreal. So as I was talking about, I think we're getting the tight game. Game 7s are always tight as evidenced by the numbers we have. We're getting a tight Game 7. This thing isn't going to be a blowout. This is going down to the wire. One team is going to be so heartbroken by the end of this. And as a neutral fan, I'm like Ilya Mikheyev. I'm just a passenger, according to Canucks fans. The puck is played out to the neutral zone, back into the Edmonton side of the ice. Cody Ceci gets it back, throws it back to the Vancouver end. And we have Ian Cole playing it up for Vancouver, but it's stolen by the Edmonton Oilers, and it's taken back by the Canucks. The Canucks are now behind the net trying to do something. Draisaitl gets it. He's coming up the ice. He's got 2 guys with him. It's 3-on-2. Draisaitl takes it himself, throws it on goal, but it's saved by Sheeloffs. Some more action there for the Oilers. They've had all the chances. I shouldn't say all. They've had the majority of chances so far this game. Desharnais plays it back to his D partner. Throwing it out to center ice. Nothing doing. Bounces back to the Oilers defenseman, Desharnais. Turnover back over to the Canucks. Turnover back over to the Oilers as Evan Bouchard enters the zone with McDavid, who passes it along the ice. Shot goes wide. Nuge back to the D. The D sends it deep. That one guy, if you see this, can you clap at the next faceoff to sync with TVs? Yeah, we can get a little sync action going the next time we have a stoppage in play. We can definitely do that. So, Jonathan, chance in front, goes over the net. Jonathan, I'm going to get to your comment right now. Vancouver Canucks are breaking out, and they all go for a change. There's Elias Pettersson out there again. It's Game 7. You got to run the kids. You got to run your stars, I should say, as much as you can. Here are the Oilers entering the zone. Puck is covered by Shrilovs, and we're going to a TV timeout. Jonathan, I wanted to get to your comment here. Jonathan, hello, Jesse. Hope you're enjoying your long weekend. I am, because I am with all of you. When are you continuing your live streams for the Maple Leafs GM? I really enjoyed that series. Thank you for asking, Jonathan. I will be back doing my NHL GM mode streams pre-game for Steve Dangle, who is streaming the Eastern Conference Finals. So Steve is going to be handling the Rangers, Florida Panthers streams, and I'm going to be on about an hour to 90 minutes or an hour before Steve. So it's a 7 o'clock puck drop. I'm going to be on around 5:30 and then run up right until his streams. And then Adam Wild is going to be handling the Western Conference streams. So Adam's going to be doing the West final, whoever ends up playing Dallas here. And then for the Stanley Cup final, we haven't decided, but there's going to be some combination. I think for the three of us, definitely on like a clinching game or something like that. The three of us will come hang out, or Steve will just handle it if he wants to handle it, you know. But we'll have some fun with the Stanley Cup final. But that's going to be the third round. The second round, I did Rangers Kane, so I didn't want to double up on my streams. So I didn't do One Since 67, my GM mode streams. That's what I call them. One Since 67. Our quest to win one Stanley Cup since 1967. So I didn't do those as well as stream Rangers Kane. So I took the second round off of that series. But it's coming back for the third round. So that'll be fun. We are currently in the playoffs in the GM mode in 2026. And in 2026, in the playoffs, the first round, we swept. So we got to play out the second, third, and hopefully Stanley Cup final in that little series. Dead Robin, I'm going to miss your Rangers bias. Yeah, I don't get to cheer on my blue shirts anymore. So I will do plenty of that, however, on my GM mode streams. Here we go. Face-off at 7:14. Anybody trying to sync up? The face-off at 7:14 just happened. We are underway at 7:14 of the first period. The Vancouver Canucks won the face-off. It was played back. And now the Oilers and Cody Ceci are taking the puck into the zone. It is played to no man's land and taken by the Canucks. Canucks slow play in this one. Don't get it to the line. Get stopped in the neutral zone. And they all go for a change here. The puck is played deep and covered by Shrilovs. We got another stoppage to play at 6:29 of the first period. If you have not liked this video, if you are watching on YouTube, hit like. If you have not subscribed to the SDPN YouTube channel, hit subscribe. I greatly appreciate if you would like and subscribe. Paul Moss, what's up, brother? Thank you all for being here. Could have been anywhere in the world, so be sitting here, chatting with us, hanging out, watching the 197th ever Game 7 in NHL history. This one's going to be a doozy. We're off to a close and tight start with the Oilers dominating on the scoring chances and the shot clock, with the Oilers having 12 shots and the Vancouver Canucks having 2 shots on goal. Adam has not brought apples. Grumpy old man asks, has Adam brought his apples? No. No, Adam has never brought apples. He owes us apples. He has lost several apple bets. We got another chance. 2-on-2 here for the Oilers. Wrap around. Oh, fed out in front. Wrap around could not be completed. Nice little chance there for the Oilers. I believe that's Sam Carrick on the wraparound. It could not be completed. Shrilov's in the correct position. He's been fabulous tonight. If Shrilov hasn't been on his game, like, this game could already be 2-0. But he's been fantastic for the Canucks so far. And goalies are a part of your team. You're allowed to get good goaltending. I know a lot of people don't like to give goalies credit for winning games, but they're a part of your team for a reason. He's been fantastic so far in this first period with 5 minutes left to go in the first. Liking everything I see out of Shrilov's. Canucks finally breaking out of the zone. It's Giuseppe who dumps it in, goes for a change. Oilers have the puck behind their own net. Matthias Ekholm tries to feed it out, but he sends it deep, and it's no icing. Here's Pettersson taking the puck into the zone. A little bit of speed, but he sends it in deep. JT Miller takes it. Yeah, he still got it. Canucks playing it around in the zone. Can they finally get something going here? Can the Canucks finally get something going here with a little bit of offensive pressure? The Pettersson Miller line is out there. Miller's got it low. They're getting a little bit here. A little bit of pressure. Pettersson throws it out front. Can't complete it. Nobody can get that puck in the middle. JT Miller's getting mauled here by the Oilers. Like, I'm just asking the Canucks here. Can you get one decent scoring chance? And that, oh, okay. Power play. I'm asking the Canucks to get something going here. And what do? Elias Pettersson draws a penalty. Nice piece of work there. Ryan McLeod gets his stick up high. And Elias Pettersson draws a penalty for the Canucks. The Canucks are going to the power play. I don't think there's any blood there. Ryan McLeod's got to keep his stick down. Can't be doing that. I've been asking the Canucks very recently with a little bit of zone pressure to get something going, and they deliver. A power play is something. I don't think there's any debating that. It's the 15th Game 7 ever between two Canadian teams. One note I saw, we got 2 rookie Game 7 head coaches. Knobloch and Tocchet have never been in Game 7s, ever. Alex says 4 minutes. We're saying got to be 4. Was that 4? There's no way there was blood there. There's no way. There was no way that was 4. I didn't see any blood. Double minor? Schmeef says double minor. It is a double minor. He was cut. Oh, my goodness. We're back from the commercial break here. Justin set a poll on the game clock. So I'm coming back from commercial. I apologize in real time. I did not see any blood on EP40. And we come back. It's a double minor. There it is. Oh my gosh. All on his chin. You can see there is a lot of blood. It is a double minor for the Edmonton Oilers. The Canucks will go to the power play for 4 minutes here. They have not been, they've been decent on the 15%, I should say. They've been 15% on the power play so far. 90% penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers on the PK. Already 3:30 gone, and the Canucks have not done anything. 30 seconds have been wasted of this double minor. Let's see if they can get anything going here as they enter the zone and they set up offensively. They're cycling the puck here a little. Send it on deep. The Edmonton Oilers do. 3 for 20 this series. The Vancouver Canucks are on the power play. That's not good enough. If you want to beat the Edmonton Oilers, you have to be better than 3 for 20 on the power play. If you're ever going to turn around that number, you start it here on Game 7 on a double minor. Let's see if they can get anything going. Quinn Hughes playing the puck at the point there. Passes it to the center. They're swinging it around. Nothing really doing here. Edmonton takes it and they send it down the ice. 2:30 left in the power play. My goodness, they are wasting this. My goodness. Let's see if they've entered the zone again. Let's see if they do anything this time. They enter the zone and it's sent down the ice again. 2 minutes left on the power play. The first, I guess, half of the double minor has been killed. Let's see if they get anything going. This time they enter the zone. Pettersson circles back. All right, they're in now. There's Lindholm. They're circling. Hughes has got it. They're circling. They haven't had a shot yet on this power play, and there's a block shot by Desharnais, and the puck goes skyward into the crowd, into the netting, at a play, and the Vancouver Canucks have been abysmal right now on the power play. No shots on goal. They only got about a minute left here. They're showing the replays. A minute 30 left. 1:16 left in the period. So we're going to get to the second period with the Canucks still having a bit of power play left, but nothing significant. And I'm hoping, for the sake of Vancouver Canucks fans, this thing doesn't end with 0 shots on goal for the Canucks. About like 30 seconds of power play time. Let's see what we got here. They're in the zone. And here's Connor Brown on a breakaway. My goodness, Shreelos with the save. Once again, Shreelos bails out the Vancouver Canucks. Connor Brown on a breakaway on the penalty kill. And Shreelos saves the rear end of the Canucks again. For the third time this game, makes a huge save, this time on the Connor Brown breakaway. Dang, we're going to go here to the first intermission. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. wrapped it up here. My goodness. The Vancouver Canucks are abysmal right now on the power play. They are abysmal at getting shots to the net. The Oilers have had 3 grade A opportunities early on. That one-timer should have been a goal. And then right now we have Connor Brown on a breakaway. No move. They're showing the Connor Brown breakaway once again. No move, really. He just tries to feed it under the glove of Shrilov's and over the pad of Shrilov's, and he's unsuccessful. He stopped, and that's it. Downtown Connor Brown doing his thing that says Mighty Mac on our chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world. The show's be watching this right now, and I appreciate you for that. Adam Wilde is indeed at a Neil Young concert. Adam Wilde is indeed at a Neil Young concert. If you did not know, tonight's stream is brought to you by Hockey Rants and Raves, Steve Dangle's new book that comes out this fall. In the link in the description, you can find a link. In the description, you can find a link to pre-order a copy of his book. It is on some of the greatest hockey arguments that you will have in a bar or wherever with your friends and opinions on those arguments. Find that link in the description of the video right now. If you have not liked this video and you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate a like. If you have not subscribed to the SDPN YouTube channel, please subscribe to the SDPN YouTube channel. Let's get some of your thoughts and comments here about the first period. Let me know what you think about the first period. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the next 2 periods. Let me know if you got any questions, thoughts, concerns as we are in the first intermission of this hockey game. Andy L. EP40 better have a broken hip or something. I think that is going to be a huge topic of conversation coming out of this series if the Vancouver Canucks do not come through tonight. That is a big if. That is just we're hypotheticaling this right now. You know, if the Vancouver Canucks lose and Elias Pettersson's performance is how it has been so far in this series, there's got to be a certain level of disappointment. You pay this fella after a very hotly contested 3-day negotiation, because that's how it kind of unfolded this winter with his new contract. You pay this fella millions, tens of millions of dollars to be your star for the next few years. And you expect, with that money comes expectations. And you expect EP40 to perform at a certain level in the playoffs. And he has not been there. He has not been there. And tonight, he's getting JT Miller on his wing. The other guy with him is Ilya Mikheyev, who isn't like, we're not asking Ilya Mikheyev to be Sidney Crosby or anything, but like Ilya Mikheyev can be out there. He's got a great chance already tonight, but you're giving Pettersson Miller, so you expect him to perform. And if he doesn't perform, you're going to be a little disappointed. You got to be a little disappointed at the star player not coming through. So I think that's it's definitely going to be a huge sports radio talk conversation if the Vancouver Canucks don't pull this out. JS says, awful PP. PP in Vancouver has been disappointing. That is for darn sure. Shrilovs has been the unbelievable, like, who knew he was capable of this performance? Like, that's got to be the shocker for the Canucks right now. And like, wow, this guy has just saved our season here 3 times in this period, and a whole bunch more throughout this first period as he saves 13 shots on goal. He saved our season 13 times, really. He's been great. He's been absolutely fantastic tonight. Already a 10-bell save, and then a couple more really good ones. J-Rock, I'm not reading your comment, but yes, Adam Wilde is biased to the Canucks. Let's get to this comment by Sheb. I need someone to score so I can see the DOS. You do not need someone to score so you can see the DOS. If you're not familiar with the DOS are our Dancing Animal Squad. There is Mr. Snail. There is Mr. Dancing Panda. And there is Mr. Giraffe. They are all out. They are all having fun. They're all having a good time. And yes, they do come out whenever someone scores. Can you shout me out, please? That's from Paul Moss. Shout you out, Paul Moss. You have been shouted out. Other questions, concerns, and comments from you guys. Oilers fans, you got to be feeling good. That's like Rita says, because I called Adam biased Vancouver Canucks fan. Rita says, evens out, Jesse's cheering for the Oilers. Hey, no, I'm neutral in this. I'm cheering for anybody. It's the Rangers. New York Rangers have picked them to win the Stanley Cup. I'm rooting for being right. So I'm rooting for the Rangers is how this thing is going. But if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, you got to be happy with how that first period went. You are an amazing save away from being up 1-0. You have the Connor Brown breakaway. You know that if you take a penalty, you're okay because your penalty kill has been exceptional so far in this series, in this playoffs, really. So you should be very happy with how it's going. Stuart Skinner's look good. He hasn't been tested, and you don't want your goalie to get cold or anything like that. But the 2 times he has been tested, he's made a couple saves, or your defensemen have done a great job blocking the puck. Like, there's been a couple great blocks there by the Oilers, and McDavid's looked like McDavid so far. The 37.4 kilometer speed boost down the ice, going end to end by himself, generating a shot on goal like that. You love to see McDavid pull off those kind of plays. Draisaitl has been in the action as well. Whenever Draisaitl is out there on the ice during the playoffs, he's going to get it going. So I'm not too concerned about Draisaitl there, but as an Oilers fan, you got to be happy. You got to be happy with how that first period went. Crassus Fetus says, with a $2 super chat, shout you out. Whenever you super chat, you will get confetti on the screen. There is your confetti. Let it fly. Clock looks average to me. Hey, I have a clock, and Justin Fisher ran a poll on your thoughts on the clock, because that has been the hottest topic tonight, that the clock is too small. Justin Fisher's poll says the game clock is, your 3 options were too small, just right, too big. 54% of you said too small. 30% of you said just right. 14% of you said too big. And because 54% of you said too small, I am going to take this opportunity to play a little clip from the Steve Dangle podcast. And while the clip from the Steve Dangle podcast is playing, I will, maybe, for your sake, adjust the clock. So I'm going to get to this clip. I'll be right back right after it, and we will be back with the second period and maybe a brand new score clock.
Carlo Koliakovo had some very, very, had a very interesting take on First Up this morning.
Okay.
And it's making the rounds on social media, and I thought I'd read a little bit of it to you.
Who tweeted this?
This is, it's a fan account. It's Janaea, but it is, I did listen to it.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
Here's what he says about Berube.
Now, wait, we know this is true?
Yes.
Okay.
We know this is true.
Okay.
One of my favorite coaches I never got the chance to play for.
Hey, Carlo, did you say this?
If you bring in a guy like Berube, it has to symbolize a culture change, because Berube is not going to be one of those guys who holds back on the things he says in the media. Brutally honest, and he doesn't tell you what he feels like you might want to hear. He tells you what you need to hear, and that's something I always appreciated. And I guess he goes on to talk about the fact that, some players don't get any communication as to why they're scratched from a particular game. That was a big problem in Toronto with Mike Babcock. He just wouldn't talk to you. He'd just ice you. And I guess
What about John Tortorella with his captain?
Also a good point, Jesse. Also a good point. So I don't know. Everything I hear about this guy, I wasn't sold on him, but everything I hear about this guy is that it's really good. My question to the two of you is, okay, and Blues fans, I want to ask you too. Is it actually, or is this Toronto falling in love with a guy before he gets here, only to later find out that he's a human being and has flaws?
Oh, yeah.
Now, okay.
We do this. We do this.
All
We
right.
did it with Babs. We did it with Ron Wilson. We did it with Randy Carlyle.
There it is. There's the name. Our team is too soft, and they don't listen, and we need a hard ass who's going to come in and be a hard ass and he's going to say, I won a Stanley Cup with a big belligerent team because I was a hard ass, and we fall in love with him before he's even named head coach. That fits the Randy Carlyle timeline exactly.
Now, I'm not saying
Exactly.
different
Completely different people.
different eras. I'm not
Yes.
doubting what Carlo is saying, but are we as fans jumping in with both feet when we really should be like, wait a second, I'm going to let the results come to me first before I make my mind up?
No, we're making like fairly ridiculous. Rod Brindamore is just Sheldon Keefe. You know how many people said that prior to 2 weeks ago? 0 on the planet. None. What are you talking about? Keefe and Brindamore?
Not the same.
They're not the same. And, now here we are going, Craig Berube, Randy Carlyle. I'm more talking about it, not stylistically, just in terms of
Reaction pre-hiring.
we've got a name stuck in our head. None of you wanted Brad Treliving. Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Brad Treliving was the only person available at the time. because of
Yeah.
How quickly the Leafs made the decision to fire Dubas, and then how quickly they had to make a decision to hire Brad Treliving as new general manager. And Brad Treliving was just recently fired by Calgary. It's like, okay, here's an experienced general manager who works in the Canadian market, worked in the game for a long time, has a good resume. Let's hire him. It wasn't like there was this extensive search for over a month with all of these great candidates. It was Treliving's available. He fits every checkbox. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, you do need a coach to deliver a message. You need a coach to get the most out of your players. At the end of the day, it comes down to the players. You know what I mean? Like, no matter who.
Oh, and they're switching up the players, though.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, no matter who the president is, no matter who the general manager is, who the coach is. And, hearing what Craig Berube is does make a very, very small percentage of my brain. Like, I'm talking like 0.8%. I'm not even going to give it 1. 0.8% of my brain is like, well, what if you just gave this group to Craig Berube? No. I want that attitude is appealing to me, and also change. There has to be change here in terms of the personnel. So,
Otherwise, there's no accountability.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess what I'm saying here is like, we had this conversation recently. How many truly great, like other echelon coaches are there in the NHL? Is that number big? My guess is no. Is Craig Berube in that echelon? My guess is no. Like, are those consistent results there? Like, who's in that conversation? Like, John Cooper is definitely in that conversation. Is Paul Maurice creeping into that conversation, or does he just have a team perfectly built for Paul Maurice?
He's creeping, but he hasn't won anything.
He
can't.
Yep.
He can't be in it. He hasn't won.
All right. So is it
Bruce
John
Cassidy?
Cooper and no one else?
Bruce Cassidy had a lot of success in Boston, lost in the finals,
Two appearances in the final,
and then won the championship with Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might be in there.
I'll concede to that.
You'll
Bruce
concede, okay.
Cassidy is a good answer.
Like, I guess what I'm getting.
Jared
at is
Bednar?
Don't get too. Jared Bednar is pretty good.
That's a good answer.
Like, don't get too caught up in the name, I guess is what I'm saying. Like,
We got to wait for the effect on the actual team.
Yeah.
And that, unfortunately, is months away.
Well, you need a coach who will get their players to listen. This is, for a lot of these stars, going to be their third coach. And maybe what you find out with Craig Berube is they don't listen. And then it's not the coach's fault. It's yours for not moving off of the players. I think we overanalyze that hockey's rocket science. And I think the Leafs right now have the talent that what they really need is a motivator. They need a motivator. And Sheldon Keefe, I don't think he's that. I think he's X's and O's guy. And, that clip going around of the Game 7 prep. Sheldon Keefe and TD Garden going, all right, let's have fun. And you got Berube like, let's go win the fucking cup tonight. Like, it's just, they're two completely different styles. If you need that, Sheldon's not your guy. He's great at other shit. And if you want him to be that guy for you, go and get him. He's probably one of the better guys in the league at that. But in terms of if you need someone to bring hellfire and brimstone, that's not him.
Have you ever seen that TikTok trend where it's like men and women are pointing out things that they like about their partner? Like, somebody cooked here. As in, like,
Yes.
somebody taught this person how to do this thing right before me. And I feel like maybe if Keefe is the X's and O's guy and Berube comes in and sees some success, maybe there's a little bit of, hey, somebody cooked here a little bit.
Someone cooked here. Well,
But we got you motivated to do the right thing this time.
Yeah, what happens when a coach gets fired mid-season and then a new coach comes in and they go on to win the cup, which is something Berube did. Do all the players go, "Oh,
That's how you play."
Like, do you think Berube walked in there and went to Jordan Binnington? He's like, "What if you made saves?"
Yeah, what if you just saved the puck, rookie?
Oh, Jake told me not. Oh,
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
Allen, Jake Allen, in case you were wondering who Jake was. Like, I think the Blues needed a motivator in there and some friggin' saves.
Because they were a team with outrageous talent.
Yeah, and they went from last place to unbeatable and won the cup. You know, like I don't think this is rocket science.
Can I give you a stat that talks about head coaches and their Stanley Cup pedigree?
Yes, please give me. I want to know.
Jeff Merrick said this, and it blew my mind. If you look at
This is a crazy stat. Yes.
you look at head coaches who have won the Stanley Cup and then gone on to win another Stanley Cup with a different team. The list for me begins and ends with Scotty Bowman, because only 3 head coaches have ever done that in the history of the NHL.
Okay.
Scotty Bowman
Have won a cup with more than one team.
have won a head coach who has won
Wow.
a Stanley Cup with more than one team. The list is 3 people.
Let's see if I can name
Scotty Bowman. No, you can't. Tommy Gorman.
Oh, no way.
And Dick Irving. Tommy Gorman did it in 1934-35. Doesn't count. I'm sorry. Dick Irving did it in 1932, 1946. He won it with the Leafs in 1932, and then won it with the Canadians in 44, 46, and 53.
Traitor.
Doesn't count. So let's look at modern era coaches who have won the Stanley Cup with multiple teams. It starts and it ends with Scotty Bowman, who won it with the Canadians in 73, 76, 79, the Penguins in 92, and then the Red Wings 97, 98, and 02. So the idea that
Cups
a
in
head
several
coach,
different decades too. That's
Scotty Bowman's on another level.
Yeah. Yes.
So even if you want to say Scotty Bowman's a unicorn and nobody can reach Scotty Bowman, so you X him out on the impossibility of that, the list is kind of zero. That dude needs to keep quiet. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and we are almost underway here with the second period in the Game 7. I just got to turn back on the volume for me. Amazing. Everything is good. Everything is good to go. Let me know in the chat tonight. The biggest debate in the chat has been, we are underway here in the second period. The puck is being dropped right about now for me. The clock is a little ahead of me. The clock where I'm getting it feeded from, like the actual live clock, is being feeded from a stream, or from the API, technically is the correct term of it, that is faster than what I'm watching on TV. So what I'm watching is slightly behind the actual clock. But the clock will give you a good indication of where we are in the game there. I made it bigger. I made it bigger for everybody. So if you are not happy with the size of the clock now, I can probably make it bigger at next intermission, but we're gonna be stretching things out a lot. It's already pretty stretched. As you can see in the corners, we have cut off the logos. You can kind of see the Vancouver Canucks logo creeping in there. It's kind of creeping in, but it's a little cut off because I had to increase the size. And there's a lot of size shaming going on in the chat right now because my clock wasn't big enough. And now I think it's big enough. So 18:50 to go in the second period here. We have a face-off coming all the way down to the other end of the ice. We have a face-off coming for the Edmonton Oilers in the offensive zone. They win it back. It's fed over to the D. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a goal by Cody Ceci to open the scoring for the Edmonton Oilers. We are playing a little Olay. My goodness! Edmonton wins the faceoff. They send it back to the point. Pass it over to Cody Ceci. A Ceci bomb is fired from just above the faceoff shot. Holloway doesn't even touch it. It's straight in. It's a Ceci goal of all people. Cody X-Leaf Ceci puts the Oilers up 1-0 in game number 7 against the Vancouver Canucks, assisted by Brett Kulak, who passed it over from the point, and Holloway, who won the faceoff. 18 minutes to go here in the second period. It's 1-0 Edmonton over the Vancouver Canucks. Let's bring out the snail. Let's bring out the panda. Let's bring out the giraffe. They are ready to go and fired up for the Oilers to take the lead here. My goodness. Wow. We have a delayed penalty. 17:53 of the first period. 17:53. We have a delayed penalty on Dakota Joshua. He is sitting in the box now. Let's see this play. Dakota Joshua. Oh, tripping there. Bouchard falls over the back of Dakota Joshua's leg. That's... Did Dakota Joshua make a move to stick out his back leg? Because, like, Bouchard could have just went around him, right? That's an interesting penalty call. I'd have to see a little bit more of the replay to see if Dakota Joshua, or sorry, if Evan Bouchard could have just like moved his leg, just went around him. So we will see. Let me just center this score clock there for you. It's a little better. It's a little better. Cutting the sides, making it nice for everybody watching. All right. Let's see. What do you guys think? Are we thinking correct penalty call? Joshua shouldn't have stuck out his back leg. We thinking right penalty call. We got a minute left in the Edmonton Oilers power play. They're not doing much with this one so far. They're just kind of working the puck around. Let's see if they get a shot on goal. There's McDavid doing McDavid stuff, throwing the puck on net. Nugent Hopkins working against it. There's a one-timer. Oh, my goodness. Draisaitl, but it played out very slowly, and Shrilov's got plenty of time to get over there and make the save. Very slow-moving one-timer over to Draisaitl, and the save is made by Shrilovs. So McDavid feeds it over to Draisaitl, and yeah, he didn't even get all of it. It got off the end of the stick. An easy save here. 49 seconds to go in the power play from what I'm watching. The clock's a little quick because it's feeding a little quicker than my TV. 49 seconds to go in the power play. Face-off has happened. 47, 46, 45. Here we go. Let's see if Edmonton gets anything done here with the last little bit of this power play opportunity. Shot on goal goes wide. That's their 19th shot on goal this game. And the Edmonton Oilers, shockingly, I'm laughing at this stat because I can't believe it, are 0 for 8 over the last 2 games, and they're about to be 0 for 9. They are officially 0 for 9 on the power play. Their last 9 power plays, they are 0 for 9. Here's a shot here. What a save by Shvilovs! Oh my God, again! This time on Draisaitl. Oh my goodness! Wow! Shvilovs is keeping the Canucks season alive right now. What, with seconds left in the power play? Draisaitl gets a one-timer in the Draisaitl spot. Ian Cole deflects it. And Shvilov still makes the save. Wow! 7 shots that last power play. Take some notes, Canucks. That's how you shoot on the power play. My goodness. The Oilers robbed twice now this game. I can't even say Connor Brown was robbed on the breakaway because he didn't do much. 2 one-timers so far this game. Oilers completely robbed. Wow, Shvilovs has been unreal so far. This game definitely not on him. The Canucks need to wake up here early in the second. Here's Evander Kane on a break. Evander Kane right into the chest of Shvilovs, who holds it. My goodness, now Kane has a chance. It has been entirely one-sided so far. The Canucks should be lucky that they're only down 1 goal. Kane with a very nice play. That's somebody who needed to wake up. We haven't seen much from him this series. He got the puck on the break. I'm trying to watch the replay here of the Kane play. Oh, beauty little tip around the defender. Managed to beat Zadorov. He doesn't even beat Zadorov. He's just more crafty with the puck around Zadorov. Makes a nice play, gets to the net, and Shvilovs is there once again in perfect position because Shvilovs has been there all night long. And he's been doing his best to save the season here for the Canucks. All right, let's slow it down a little, fellas. Puck in the neutral zone, another stoppage in play at 15:07 of the second period. CJ Cable, this should be 3-0 game at least. Shvilovs has been nasty. Yes, he has been nasty so far. The Oilers are trying to get more possession in the O-zone, and they do. One-timer out front. Can't get all of his stick on it there. Now we're getting the Oilers once again getting some pressure here. This is not the Game 7 I expected. There's a little hit off the post. Puck is wrapped around. We're getting a shot here. There it is! Once again, a goal from an Edmonton Oilers defenseman. This time, it's Evan Bouchard from the blue line. Wow! The score on the scoreboard definitely reflects how this game has been going so far. It has been all Edmonton, all game long. And this time, after a little bit of work in the zone by Hyman, who goes to his spot in front of the net, beautiful screen in front of Shvilovs, we get a nice shot by Evan Bouchard that beats Shvilovs clean. And it is 2-0 for the Edmonton Oilers. Shaq Hyman got to the middle of the net, screened him. Bouchard knew what to do. And Justin Fisher, did I not pick Evan Bouchard for the Justin Fisher gift sub challenge? Did I not pick Evan Bouchard? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong right now, Justin. I'm waiting for you to say something in the chat. I'm waiting for we're at TV timeout 13:29. I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna just sit here all night, Justin. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Justin. Where is he? Robert Malloy. There it is. There it is. Justin Fisher gifts 10 subs in the chat. There it is. Bring out Mrs. Snail. There's the dancing panda. And there's the chick doing the jiggy. Let's go. 2 games in a row now. 2 games in a row. I've correctly selected a goal scorer. I nailed, who was it in the Rangers? I think it was Aho in the Rangers Hurricanes game 7 or game 6. And now I've got Evan Bouchard. Justin, I'm taking your money. Taking your money. So there it is. 10 subs to the chat. Thank you for coming through. Justin, we appreciate you donating those. That is greatly appreciated. How are you feeling, fans of the Canucks and Oilers? If you are, I gotta pick up my phone here. If you are a fan of the Oilers, you must be beaming at how this has gone so far. If you are a fan of the Canucks, you gotta be wondering, where is my team? Where is my team right now? It's 2-0 on the scoreboard. It's 23-4 on the shot clock. The scoring chances have been all Edmonton. Like, man, this isn't what you want. This isn't what you want out of a game 7 at all. Limon says, for real, where my team? CJ Cable, I'm feeling hella good right now, waking up my neighbors. I'm sorry if I'm a part of that waking up the neighbors. I am a much louder streamer than Adam Wild. If you are used to Adam Wild's softer tones, you are not getting that tonight because we are fired up for Oilers fans and a little disappointed and angry on behalf of Canucks fans because these Canucks need to show up right now. It's 23-4 on the shot clock, and that is unforgivable, especially in front of your home crowd. We got an EP40 can kick rocks. That's not good. Let's not go there. We got Dallas are licking their chops right now from CJ. I don't know. I think either of these teams would give Dallas a good run for their money. I think all the teams that are left right now are fairly even. We're seeing the Vancouver Canucks not show up tonight, but we've seen what they can do in this series. I don't think this game is a reflection of the overall skill level of the Canucks. We got a super chat. From Ty Smith. We got a shot here from the Canucks that's blocked. At a stoppage of play, I will read the super chat from Ty Smith. We got 30 consecutive seconds of ozone time from the Canucks and a shot on goal right into the middle of Stuart Skinner. Thank you, Ty Smith, for the super chat. Here's a little confetti for you and some air horns. Ty Smith writes, it's the Adam curse. The Canucks knew Wild abandoned them for Neil Young, so they didn't show up. With Adam Wild on the stream, the Canucks won 3 games. So, I don't know. Ty Smith might be onto something. It's factual information. With Adam Wild on the stream, the Canucks won 3 games. So, that's a thing.
Crab people, crab people.
We got a Canucks face-off win. I'll tell you when I hit 12 minutes. As I've mentioned before, the clock that I have right now on the screen is a bit ahead of me. I'm at 12 minutes right now, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53. So this clock is a little ahead because it's getting directly from NHL.com, which is like synced with the live game in the arena and all that stuff. So it's a little ahead of me. So don't sync up with the clock. It's about 20 seconds ahead of where I am in real life. I'm at 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. There you go. And then sometimes we get synced up when there's stoppage to play, and we're both at 11-16, you know? So it's fun. 24-5, the shots. 25-5 with that shot right there at 11-16 left in the second period. The crazy thing about all of this that's happening right now, the Edmonton Oilers have been able to do this without help from McDavid and Draisaitl. Neither of them on the board right now. It's Ceci and Bouchard who have the goals tonight. Draisaitl's been robbed. Švilos has been unreal. And Edmonton has everything going in their favor right now. Let's see if Vancouver can generate anything with this scoring chance here. They can't keep the puck in the zone. And we got Edmonton coming the other way. It's 1-0. We had like 2-on-3-ish, but Edmonton can't generate anything out of that. I don't see who went flying into the net there. I think it was... I don't even know who that was. I think it was Sam Carrick who went flying into the net there. I know Janmark was on the ice. We got the Canucks coming the other way, and finally they get another shot on goal. They throw it into the middle of the net, to the middle of Stuart Skinner. That's Connor Garland on the wing, throwing one to the middle of Stuart Skinner. Oh, that was Cody Ceci who flew into the net. They're showing the replay right now of Ceci flying into the net. Wow, Ceci's really feeling his offensive game tonight. Am I right? Like pinching? You know you're getting buried when Cody Ceci is like, you know what? This 2-on-1, the other guy on the 2-on-1 is going to be me, Cody Ceci. I already got a goal tonight. I'm pinching hard. Like this is not great for the Canucks right now. There's a shot by Hyman, saved by Švilos. I don't think it's over at all. You got half a game left, literally half a game. We're at 10:15 of the second. And the fact that Švilos have made some unbelievable saves and kept them in this game, a 2-goal lead isn't insurmountable at all. So they're just 1 goal away from making this thing interesting. Mike says there's no comeback tonight, believe me. I won't believe you. I think there's easily a shot here the Canucks wake up at any moment. A guy like JT Miller has got to be the vet who galvanizes this team and gets them going. This is the moment where it's like, okay, a star step up. Somebody with experience step up and get this thing going. JT Miller can 100% be this guy. There's a shot. Nice save by Skinner with his blocker. It could easily be Pettersson. Pettersson could be a guy to get them going. Like you've wanted him to step up all series long. This is the time for a big goal. If we're looking at offensive zone possession time, it's tied. It's 6:40 for the Oilers and 6:36 for the Canucks. But what has not been tied... Oh, there's a chance in front. Bouchard throws it on Švilos, who makes a nice pad save. Canucks come back the other way, trying to get something going. Zadorov throws it. It's blocked in front. McDavid takes it. Let's see what happens here. Ian Cole's got the puck behind his own net. Working the puck up the boards. That's Lindholm. There's Lafferty. Can't get anything going. Skinner's in perfect position. Lafferty with a little bit of a shot, but not very dangerous. Lafferty with a simple, they're showing the replay right now. Yeah, right into Skinner, who read that perfectly. Perfectly. Well done, Stuart Skinner. Who's back? Like, Stuart Skinner's done enough. He's only faced 8 shots on goal so far, and he saved all 8 of them. I think that's all you can ask for, like a play like that where you have a simple cross crease over to Lafferty. There's no real other place for him to go. Like, he can't really pass the puck back to the other side of the net. Skinner was in perfect position, and he made the save. Let's check in with some of your thoughts and feelings and concerns and comments. We have, why does it say empty net? Scorebug's tripping right now. So we got this comment from Matt Bruder. David Alter with a wild stat on Twitter. Canucks have now gone 150 minutes without scoring a goal in a Game 7. They've been shut out their last 2 Game 7s. Oh, my goodness. Canucks fans. That's not great. That is not great at all. Craig says, Craig's a hurt Canucks fan right now. Give us a game worth watching, Vancouver. That's all I ask. This is garbage. Ty Smith believes. Third period comeback, though. Imagine. Dumkey says, as a Canucks fan, this game was over before it even started. Well, I don't know about that. There's still plenty of time left. Let's see. Let's see if they can get things. Oh, there's Skinner making a nice save. Vancouver's getting some chances here. They got the shot clock up to 9 on my TV. There's 10 right now. DiGiuseppe makes a little shot on goal. At least you're testing Skinner now. You know, you just need to like get the little wheels turning. Get the wheels turning, get some momentum, get chugging downhill. There was a little chance in front for DiGiuseppe. He just hit it wide. That's all we got to do. Take it one step at a time, you know? 2 goals. 2 goals is nothing. You get 1, you're 1 goal back. You get 2, it's tie ball game. That's all we need here. We got this. We got a tight game coming. I swear. Or if you're Edmonton, like, we got this. We're shutting them down. It's not even close. You know, that's the kind of the 2 sides right now. You're like, if you're an Edmonton fan, you're like, Jesse, what are you talking about? And we've dominated all game long. There's no hope that Vancouver gets anything going. We've got this. This is solved. But 2 good teams here. Who knows? Let's watch the rest of this. We got 8 minutes left here in the second period. Russell says, thanks for the energy. It's 3:35 a.m. in the UK. Goodness me. Thank you for staying up. Round of applause for you. Round of applause for you. The next goal that is scored is truly going to be the biggest one, because a 3-goal lead right now for the way this Canucks team is playing is going to be insurmountable, but 1 goal from the Canucks makes it 2-1 and they're back in this. So the next goal seems like the most crucial goal in this hockey game right now, as every next goal is, but the next one in particular. Like when the Edmonton went up 2-0, it wasn't like, this thing's over. But 3-0, on the other hand, is a this thing is over kind of 3-0 lead. with the way the Canucks are playing currently, which could all change. Let's see if they can get one here with 6:55 left on my TV. The clock below was a little quicker. Evan Bouchard working the puck behind his own net, sends it around. The Canucks are able to get on there, and there's Draisaitl, who bounces it off the glass and sends it out of the zone. The Canucks, though, get control of it. They're looking to make a play here in the zone. Send it out front. It's tipped. Dakota Joshua can't get his stick on it. And now the Canucks are working it out front. That's Connor Garland with a shot on Stuart Skinner. And now Dakota Joshua and Evander Kane are pushing. Lindholm is out front. There's a little bit of a shoving match. It was a nice shot by Connor Garland. It's something. Ekholm pushed Joshua away, which wasn't very kind of him. That shot by Garland was right into the chest of Stuart Skinner. Craig Harrison, Garland showed up. I 100% agree. Garland's been great tonight. Garland's been in the play a little bit, which I can't say for many of the other Canucks players so far. The last Game 7 that the Canucks have won, you all remember. 2011, if you were there. Alex Burrows. Thank you, producer Hayden, who sent over a little stat pack before the game. Some great stats provided. Last 6 Vancouver Canucks Game 7s. They've only won 6 in franchise history. Oh, puck is dropped at 6:20. There's a shot on goal. Okay. There's a little something. 2011. Vancouver Canucks are charging here. They're doing something. They're getting some zone play. There's EP40 trying to make a shot, trying to get something to the net. Lays a hit. Bounces off. Falls to the ground. Elias Pettersson tries to lay a hit. Bounces off the guy he was hitting. Is that a trip? Is that a trip? That is a trip. Kulak was tripped. I don't know by who. The Oilers are going to the power play now. Kulak, they're showing the replay. Who's that? Kulak Lafferty. Oh, no. Sam Lafferty trips Brett Kulak. As I was talking about, the Canucks have won 6 Game 7s in franchise history. 1992, they beat the Jets. 94, the Flames. 95, the Blues. 2003, the Blues. 2007, the Stars. And 2011, the Blackhawks. We have to go all the way back to 2011 for the last time the Canucks won a Game 7. And they're not helping themselves tonight with this penalty here to Lafferty, a tripping call. He trips Brett Kulak. The team that scores first, if you're wondering, in Game 7s wins the game 75.5% of the time. So the Oilers are in prime position. But this year, in the 2 Game 7s that unfolded this postseason, the team that scores first is only 1-1. Home teams win the game 58.7% of the time in Game 7s. 51% of all Game 7s that have ever been played have been decided by a 1-goal margin. And 49 of the 196 Game 7s all time have required overtime. That's 20% of the games. There's some stats for you this afternoon. Tonight, I should say, wherever you are watching from in the world. This is the most crucial moment. Oh, did they get the wrong guy initially? Yeah, no, it's Sam Lafferty's penalty, right? Yeah, Lafferty tripping. They got him. They got the right guy. This is the most crucial penalty kill of the Vancouver Canucks season. We have here on the line a 3-0 lead for the Oilers. And a 3-goal lead right now feels insurmountable with the way the Canucks are playing. And they win a big faceoff. They send it out to the other end of the ice. Evan Bouchard goes back to clean it up. They're working on their breakout here. And the Canucks have been decent on the PK kill. They've killed the last 9 consecutive that the Oilers have had, which is fairly impressive, shutting down the Oilers on the penalty who are on the power play. It's a very impressive job here. And you need to stop. Like, there's no two ways about this one. Either you stop them here or your season's looking like it's going to be over. They've killed off a minute 10 here. Vancouver. Edmonton circling, though. They get it over to Draisaitl. He's hanging out in the Draisaitl spot, which is just above the... And there's Nuge! Nuge pots a rebound off of the boards. 3-0 Edmonton Oilers. Wow! My goodness! Did the Edmonton Oilers come out to play tonight? A shot off the board, deflected off a Canuck. Bouchard fired it hard off the board. Nugent Hopkins, 93, in perfect position, grabs the puck. Shvilov can't do anything about it. Fires it into the empty net. That's 3 goals on the board for the Edmonton Oilers. That is a 3-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. My goodness! My goodness. We are getting tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight in the city of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, we are getting a good old beatdown. The Edmonton Oilers have showed up, and the Vancouver Canucks have decided to take the night off. And it is quite a shame what we've seen so far. Shots are 27-12 in this game. The score is 3-0. We got 3:45 left in the second period. And we're going to need a huge comeback here from the Canucks. We're going to need them to wake up to realize your season is about 23 minutes from being over. If you can't find a way to generate some offense here and climb back into it, you have the horses. You have the horses on your team to get this done. We know what you're capable of, Vancouver. We know you can do this. Shvilov has done enough to not make this game 6-0. He's kept 3 goals out of the net on his own, but he can't stop them all. Now's the time to do it for Besser, to do it for Demko, to do it for your other brothers in that locker room, to do it for all the fans in Vancouver watching right now. It's time to do it for them. Miller, we need you to step up. Pettersson, we need you to step up. Connor Garland, you've been great. I got no questions for you. Quinn Hughes, we need you to step up. What do you guys got here? Let's show some heart. Show some fight. Don't show any quit in you. Season's not over till you lose 4, and you haven't lost 4 yet. Let's go. Let's make this thing a game. Come on. Shvilovs deserves better. Dave Rollins. All right. Minute 45 here. Canucks got the puck back in their own zone. We got Lindholm with a fans on it. Oh, I was ready for Lindholm. I was ready for Lindholm to rip one. And all he did was fan on it. All he did was fan on the puck. My goodness. My goodness. Looking for just some action here. There's Connor Brown with the puck in the Oilers zone. Sending it all down. Oh, there's a hit by Lindholm on Brett Kulak there. Nice little hit behind the board. He's doing something after he fanned on that shot. Still 12 shots on the board here for the Vancouver Canucks. Quinn Hughes got the puck in the Oilers zone, trying to get it out. They do successfully clear the zone. Goes all the way to the other end, though. The Oilers pick it up. 30 seconds left here. Whew. Disappointed by this effort here tonight by the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers have clearly been the better team up and down the lineup. I can't even, the Canucks have gotten better goaltending just based on how many goals Svilovs has saved so far. We are at the second intermission right now. That's it. Canucks fans, Oilers fans, everybody in the chat, neutral parties watching, let me know how you are feeling right now. We are at intermission, and you know what that means. Let's chillax. CJ Cable. Adam joining in by phone and sings along with Neil Young to incite a comeback. You know? Maybe that'll get them going. Who knows? Mike says, neutral fan here would like the Nucks to come back. For the sake of hockey, you want a competitive game, but Oilers they've just been dominating. We got a gifted membership. We got 10 gifted memberships by Corey. Corey, shout out Corey. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I appreciate that greatly, and so does a dancing panda. All right, we got more neutral fan reactions. Neutral fan reaction from Gavin. My God, is Petey looking like a passenger? $11+ million contract, looking tough so far. Want to see this game get close. So the Petey contract, it's not the contract isn't something to debate now. The contract's something you got to talk about 4 years from now, you know? That's when we're going to take a real evaluation. It's not really this playoffs, but with the as I said an hour ago, with the contract comes expectations. And when you're making $11+ million, you expect those players to perform in the playoffs. And he has not been performing in the playoffs, so I think rightfully Vancouver Canucks fans should be disappointed. Crack Addict, hey, quit that. Crack Addict says, why no podcast today? It is a holiday in Canada. Our Memorial Day and Victoria Day did not line up this year. Victoria Day is today, May 20th in Canada, so we took the day off because it's a holiday, and we always take off stat holidays from the podcast. So this week you will get a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday podcast. If you are in Canada, happy Victoria Day to you all. If you are in America, happy Memorial Day to you next Monday. Other comments from the chat. We got a lot of people not happy with Elias Pettersson. This is from two-man Sodiums, neutral fan. I like that you guys are. Let me know when you comment what fan base you side on. Like if you're an Oilers fan, if you're a neutral fan, if you're a Canucks fan, because I want to know what biases you're coming with your comments. So this is from a neutral fan. This is feeling a lot like a Leafs Game 7. Feels very familiar. No. If it was a Leafs Game 7, this would be 1-1 until 30 seconds left. And then the Boston Bruins would score a goal and win it. That's how it would unfold. It would not be a complete disaster like it is right now for the Canucks. It would just be a very close game, and we'd be like, you know what? We were close. We were right there. And then you'd fool yourself into a false sense of hope that the team is better than it is, and all that nonsense. Anyways, let's get back to the comments. Vince, Leafs fan. I feel for the Canucks fans here, because them not showing not showing up kind of a letdown to all. Oh, hold on, I lost your comment. I started reading a different one in the middle of that. Hold on. Oh, Marco was a Habs fan here. I wanted to get a good game, and Canucks forgot to show up. Kind of a letdown to all hockey fans. Well, yeah. We're not getting the best Game 7. We're getting a good high-level play out of the Oilers. Like, that's something. If you're a fan of hockey, you get to watch McDavid. I think that's always a good time. Caps fan. This is from Callie on Twitch. Caps fan picked Edmonton to win it all. They look great. Nathan, I'm here for the Grippers. I believe if we get 1,000 likes, you get to see feet. So keep coming. If you got 1,000 likes, you get feet. Back to Vince's comment. I cut it off and I started reading the other comment because it skipped. Leafs fan, Vince, I feel for the Canucks fans here because them not showing up when it matters is a tale as old as time. Yeah, we definitely know what that feels like when a team does not show up when you want them to. That's very unfortunate. All right. Let's get to our intermission content. So we got 12:23 left until puck drop of the third period. We are coming up with one more clip from the SDP, pending overtime. Big third period comeback. Who knows? But when I rejoin you, we will have puck drop for the third period. But before that, here is a clip from the Steve Dangle podcast to entertain you for the rest of the second intermission. Chris Kreider joins not elite company at all. Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier is the only New York Rangers to score 3 goals in one period in the playoffs.
Wow.
So now it's
maybe
Messier, Gretzky, and Kreider.
Gave his award to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I have to play for about that later on.
This is so Kreider and Pavelski are the only two in the top 10. So this is since 2012 who haven't won a cup. Asterisk on that. So Pavelski hasn't won. Kucherov has 2. Palat has 2. McKinnon has 1. Ovi has 1. Tarasenko has 1. Stamkos has 2. Point has 2. The asterisk is on Brad Marchand, who has won a Stanley Cup, but not since this stat.
Right. Yeah, Brad Marchand won it, and he was like a rookie.
It was 2011, and he was a rookie.
Yeah.
But this is as of the 2012 Stanley Cup playoffs when Kreider made his debut, and he had, I believe, 5 goals during that run as a rookie. So good.
The Rangers made some line changes, which they've tended to do throughout the playoffs. One of the biggest changes was on defense, where they moved Keandre Miller to they moved up Jacob Trouba technically to the second pairing with Miller, and I thought it was a little better because Keandre Miller I think is fantastic defensively, and not having him paired with Gustafsson, you don't have that third pair that the Carolina Hurricanes can just go out there and just burn every single time. You know, when Trouba and Gustafsson are on the ice, the expected goals are going to go through the roof for the Hurricanes, and that didn't happen because Keandre Miller was out there, even though they struggled a little defensively, and I like some of that's Trouba because he hasn't been great, but I thought they were a lot better, and they figured I like that pairing. You stick with that when you go into game 1 against Florida.
Part of it too, by the way, is Carolina is very good.
Yes.
Like
And
Jake Gensel was amazing again in the playoffs because he always is. Jake Gensel, playoff Jake Gensel. The saddest thing about playoff Jake Gensel is we haven't got more of it recently.
Let me look him up.
Look him up.
One thing we're doing on the stream, Justin Fisher said if I pick 2 players and if either of them score, he's going to gift a bunch of subs to the chat.
Yep.
And one guy I picked, the one guy I picked for the Hurricanes was Sebastian Aho. And just if we're going through Hurricanes, hey, they've been really good, but their season's over, all that stuff. I think Aho deserves his flowers there because he was outstanding for most of the series.
Oh, yeah.
A dumb penalty here or there. But offensively, he is one of the most underrated stars in the whole league. And just what he does, because he plays in Carolina, he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. But Aho was a star, and he scored last night.
On the Gensel conversation, he is 6th in goal scoring since his NHL debut.
And
how 6th in playoff goals.
And here's the thing: how many goals and how many games? Because that's the most impressive part.
He has 38
In?
Stanley Cup playoff goals in just 69 Stanley Cup playoff games, 67 points. Dreisaitl's a fucking alien.
He's crazy.
He has 39 goals in 59 games. So he's actually played fewer games than Gensel. And he has, in those 59 games, how many points? Let's take a guess. Take a guess. 59 Stanley Cup playoff games for Draisaitl. How many points?
Oh my gosh. I'll double it. So I'll say 120.
Okay.
Less than that?
Probably.
105.
Okay, you guys are fuckers. 98.
Oh.
Which is still insane.
I expected him to be like through the moon.
Well, I think
That is through the moon. What are you talking
the best
about?
stat is last year's playoffs. 2 players finished tied for goals scored in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was Jonathan Marchessault. He scored his final goal in Vegas' final game. Leon Draisaitl was the other. He finished in the second round.
Yeah.
Draisaitl's career, so 98 points in 98 points in 59 career Stanley Cup playoff games. Over an 82 game pace, that's 136 points.
Mm-hmm. With the
Holy shit!
With the last note on the Hurricanes before just some more just gushing over the Rangers. They were truly all in this playoff run. Their list of UFAs now that the season is over is Brett Pesce, Tony DeAngelo, Brady Shea, Jalen Chatfield, Jake Gensel, Jordan Martinook, Stefan Nason, and Teuvo Teravainen. That is a list of some of the best players on the Hurricanes. And obviously, with all of those UFAs, a lot of them are going to come back. But a lot of them need new contracts. And the RFAs are Seth Jarvis, Jack Drury, Marty Nietzsche. Like, all of the big guys on this team need contracts. And this was their go for it year. And it didn't work
They're
out.
rumored to be. There have been whispers about Nietzsche.
Let me add to
Getting
that,
shot.
Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else is a free agent? The entire coaching staff and Don Waddell.
Mm-hmm. And for the way they played, there are got to be questions with the coaching staff.
Sure.
I feel like because we all love Rod and what he's done in Carolina, they've been very successful in his tenure. But when they get to the playoffs, for their power play to be, it started off 0 for 16 in this series.
That's wild.
That's a large reason
That's
you're
rough.
down 3-0.
I mean, that's the series.
Right?
That's it.
At the first 3 games, you lose them, you're 0 for 16. It's kind of, it's right there. And for the way they play defensively, where they play man defense has never historically been successful in the recent NHL. Most of the teams that win the Stanley Cup or go to the Stanley Cup are hybrid teams. They play defensively man/zone hybrid, or they're just strictly zone. And then the low percentage shots they take. We can rack up 50 shots, but if like 3 of them are only high danger, then that's a coaching problem too.
They don't have the personnel for man. And like Carolina doesn't. I wouldn't say they have weaknesses, but they have soft spots.
So if you don't have the personnel for man, is that not you're on your coach to switch it to a zone?
Well, like, I mean, Chatfield's been a really good surprise. Burns is big and tough and old. He's old. And DeAngelo, why'd you get DeAngelo back?
Yeah.
We can fix him, said the 5th team.
You already knew. Is that just a philosophical thing? Like, we know what he can't do, but he can move the puck. Like, all right, well, sometimes you got to defend a 2-goal lead in the 3rd period, and They don't have the worst decor in the league by any measure, but it's you go and look at some of the recent winners. They don't have that.
So are we looking at a team that was very well built for regular season success, and once they get to the playoffs and playoff hockey is different, they falter?
I have an issue. I have an issue with that.
They've won a playoff series, like, what is it, 8 straight?
You know, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Here's the issue I have. When I tweeted that the Leafs should call Rod, you should at least call him if you can, if you're
Hello,
allowed
Rod.
to. Hello, Rod. People were like, "What do you want, Sheldon Keefe 2.0?
Okay.
Regular season coach guy?" Guys, here's Rod's record in the last 6 seasons. Lost in the 3rd round his first year as the head coach. Lost in the 1st round his 2nd year. Oh man, that's a COVID year.
What year is that he start?
18-19. He was the assistant for 6 years before that. Becomes the head coach in the summer before 18-19. And so 18-19, 3rd round. 19-20, COVID, lost in the 1st round. 2021, lost in the 2nd. 21-22, lost in the 2nd round. Last year, 3rd round. This year, 2nd round.
And my analysis of the team that's built for like tremendous regular season success and all that kind of comes back to like recent memory of the Florida series loss and what happened this year. In that you saw Florida. I get that he says they played close, but you see a lot of the same faults that happened in this Rangers series, where their defense is good, like it's solid, but they're beat consistently in these dirty areas and the low percentage shots, and their offense dies at some point.
So I want to add to that though. Hang on.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right, and I think you're about to say something, but I want to jump in before you say it.
Okay.
I think that's a philosophy that is similar to what the one the Leafs had. They built this team similar to what the Leafs did. They weren't as top heavy salary wise, but you're talking about a team who built and played a lot of the same ways the Toronto Maple Leafs were trying to play. Whether or not they accomplished it.
Dubas, on more than one occasion, I'm pretty sure, said that they hold the Carolina Hurricanes as somewhat of a standard in the league.
And I think we're seeing that theory has its merits, but it isn't the complete theory.
Yeah,
it's not the success. It's not the path to success that it was theorized a decade ago.
Those 6 seasons under Brindamore, I counted 7 series wins. Now, here I am as a Leaf fan having an existential crisis. Is that actually good? Is that better than it sounds in my head?
Ask San Jose.
Oh,
right. Like, I don't know if you look at that tenure and I'm satisfied with the success. I know you read off a bunch of like 2nd round exits and that
two Final Four appearances,
2 Final Fours, and last year you got crushed, and the first one was closer than that, definitely. But I don't know if you look at that tenure and say like this Hurricanes team has been over. Like, are they satisfied? Is what I'm trying to say.
Are they satisfied? Great question. Great question. Whenever I have buttons like left that are pressed, whenever I switch scenes, they come up. So I'm always like forgetting to switch the buttons off. But I think that wasn't too bad of a transition. That wasn't too bad of a transition. All right, let's get back to the chat as we wait for the 3rd period to kick off here, and we are getting awfully close to this 3rd period kicking off. Hello, Blueface Scar. You want me to say what's up? I have said what's up to you. Let me know how you think this thing is going to end. Let me know what you're eating tonight. One game we play on my Rangers Hurricane streams was, hey, let me know about your dinner. And those have always been fun. So let me know what you're eating for dinner tonight, and we can just salivate over your food. I feel for Canucks fans having to sit through this, because I know what it's like sitting in a Game 7 when your team isn't showing up. Like, it's extremely painful because you're so frustrated with the guys you're cheering on. We got a chicken Caesar salad. I love chicken Caesar salad. One of my favorite things. That's from Punks Are Punk. Shout out Chicken Caesar. VGK Jameson. Pizza was yummy. What's on your pizza? That's very important. CJ Cable says, I'm in Nashville. We're not at that time. At the end of the stream, we shout out where you're watching from. But you said you're in Nashville, CJ. And, oh, I lost your chat. I can't read out what you were eating, CJ. Oh, there it is. I'm eating pizza. A lot of people eating pizza tonight. Ricotta and fresh moz with pepperoni and mushrooms. Orange chicken, Marquette. Orange chicken? Toaster strudel and cheese string? What? Are you a toddler? That's from Derpy CWC. We are underway here in the third period. The puck has been dropped. I will get to more of what you're eating tonight as we get settled in for this third period. I had some Game 7 comeback stats. Oh, here it is. I'm going to read this out to you, and then I'm going to read what you're eating tonight. Derpy CWC says it's 12:08 a.m. here. That makes more sense that you're eating a toaster strudel and string cheese. But it's still, I wouldn't have that at 11:08 either. Entire pizza, I assume you're a human and not an entire pizza, has ceviche. Oh my gosh. High-end dining tonight. I love me some ceviche. That is good stuff. Gamer Bro has chicken and veggie pot stickers. That is delicious. All right, we got a stoppage of play here at 18:42. Covered up by Shvilovs. And I'm going to read this stat to you. The maximum deficit a winning team has faced in Game 7 is 3 goals. San Jose in 2019, Boston in 2013, Philly in 2010, Edmonton in 91, Washington in 1988, sorry. A team has won a Game 7 after trailing the third period 25 times, including 3 multi-goal third period comebacks. So, I'm telling you, there's a chance. I'm telling you, there's a chance. There's not a large one, but there's a chance. Let's see what happens here as we get settled into this third period. Stuart Skinner, I'm going to say the S word. Stuart Skinner is pitching a shutout right now. Vendetta says, Jesse, did you see the T-Wolves come back? Oh, baby, did I. Because I was on the Nuggets hard. I thought the Nuggets were going to go back-to-back in the NBA this year. I thought Denver's going to win back-to-back NBA championships. And I was shocked that Minnesota was able to pull off a comeback. They were down, I think it was 56-32, if I believe correct, at one point in the early third period of that game, third quarter, it's basketball, third quarter of that game. And the Minnesota Timberwolves were able to mount an incredible comeback. Over 20 points being down, they come back, they win a Game 7 on the road, and they advance to the Western Conference Finals of the NBA. Right now, we have the Vancouver Canucks down 3-0 to the Edmonton Oilers in the third period with a chance for a berth in the Western Conference Finals. We have a soft little lob onto Shvilovs by Connor Brown, and he covers the puck with 17:02 remaining in possibly the Vancouver Canucks season. Besser, not having Besser in there is a huge factor here, but you got to play with the cards you're dealt. There's no excuses. We had one comment here.
Justin said Besser would have been a hat trick machine comeback. So who knows? But that's not the reality we're living in. The reality we're living in right now is that the Vancouver Canucks don't have Besser, and they must find a way to get this done without him. They've gotten great goaltending so far. They're just missing the scoring and the defense. And yeah, it's not been great. The stat that I think Vancouver Canucks fans might bring up after this game has ended, if it continues to trend this way of Edmonton winning the game, Chris Rooney, the referee, one of the officials for tonight, his record going into tonight over his last 3 years in Canucks games is 11-0-1. But there's no way you could say that any play tonight was the fault of Chris Rooney's, I don't think, with the way that Edmonton's got a chance here. 2-on-1. Oh, toe drag pass just misses, and they can't complete the one-timer to go up 4-0 on the Canucks. That was Warren Fogle who couldn't handle the one-timer right there. Another chance there for the Oilers. Chris Rooney can't be a storyline coming out of this one. If the Canucks lose this, they'll be 12, or they'll be sorry, they're 11-0-1. So like it won't be a storyline coming out of this one in the refereeing. So let's see how this thing goes. 15 minutes left here in the first third period here. We are getting lulled to sleep by the lack of action right now by the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks. The Edmonton Oilers clearly have a game plan here to just kind of play this thing out. You got a 3-goal lead in Game 7. There's no reason to do anything dangerous. Alex has what I was about to get to right now. Why do the Canucks look like they're out of gas? It's a real slow-moving start to the third here. Oh, it looks like we got a penalty. Okay. All right. Puck over the glass. That's Connor Brown. Mr. Downtown going to the box. Let's sit up here. Let's get into this. Let's see if this is it. Let's see if this is the moment that sparks the Canucks comeback. They currently have zero shots on goal on 2 power play opportunities. And one of those power play opportunities was a double minor. So in 6 total power play minutes, the Canucks have 0 shots on goal. They only have 12 for the whole game. This isn't great right now. But there's an opportunity here. Forget everything that's happened in the past. There's an opportunity to live in this moment and turn around the game and get a power play goal. Their last 13 power plays, the Canucks are 0 for 13. I repeat, their last 13 power plays, the Canucks are 0 for 13. It'd be a great time to go 1 for 14. Here they go. They're setting up. They're finally setting up with 1:20 to go. Puck's out in front. Pettersson tries to get a rebound. Not effective at all. Puck sent down the ice by the Edmonton Oilers. It's played by Shvilos. They're Canucks are now trying to regroup and enter the zone. They cannot do it. A minute left in the power play here. And Hughes is behind his own net, trying to play the puck up. Pettersson coming down the middle all on his own. Sends it down low around the back. A little bit of a slip there. Pettersson's got it here. Shot one time. Goes wide. The Canucks lose it out of the zone, and they must regroup. Here's Quinn Hughes coming in. And Quinn Hughes comes in offside. Lindholm had an opportunity with a one-timer from Pettersson in front of the net. Was not effective. Could not get his stick on it. Pettersson, nice C&I shot there. Oh, Lindholm. That could have been it to spark the comeback, but it was not quite enough. Phrasing, yeah. Definitely a little bit of phrasing there. It looks like Godscope says Canucks going to hire Keefe once they fire this coach. Rick Tocchet's not going anywhere, but speaking of Keefe, it looks like he's going to be signed by the New Jersey Devils. I think it was Kevin Weeks who reported that they're like basically done, and it's if Sheldon Keefe wants to coach again, the job is his in New Jersey. I think he's going to do an exceptional job with that young talent. The Canucks came in here offside again. 15 seconds left in the power play. 12:29 left in their season. Let's see if they can do anything here. There's been at least some chances. Patrick Hamo says at least they're trying things. Yeah, I agree. At least it's looked a little more dangerous than the previous power play opportunities. Quinn Hughes got the puck along the blue line. There's Pius Suter out front, getting the Quinn Hughes rebound. A shot on Skinner. Skinner makes a very nice save. Let me fix this scoreboard for you real quick as we have another face-off here with 2 seconds left on the man advantage. There it is. There it is. That's a little better. The van was getting cut off. All right. The Vancouver Canucks are officially 0 for 14 in their last 14 power play opportunities. That is not how you win a hockey game. What a way to go out here. 14 shots on goal so far with 11:36 left in the third period. 0 for 14 in your last 14 power play opportunities. It's going to be years since the Vancouver Canucks scored a goal in a Game 7. Their previous 2 Game 7s, they were shut out. Their last win, obviously, comes in 2011. And the Game 7 win in that playoff run. 11 minutes to go here. Yeah. Plague Doc 47 says they're just tickling Skinner. Yeah, that's like nothing high danger. Nothing high danger at all. It's been a lot of really low danger shots. A couple like rebounds and stuff there. The Mikheyev chance early on, but that didn't even hit the net. Wookie Cakes on Twitch. They can blame Adam for not picking them over Neil Young. Yeah, no, Moji 2.0. Yeah, I think that's an important point here. it has been a very impressive turnaround for the Edmonton Oilers and their defensive masterclass. I don't know. We can go that far, but this is the second time in these playoffs where I've sat there and I said, damn, the Edmonton Oilers can play a different brand of hockey. In their 1-0 win against the Los Angeles Kings, I came on the podcast the next day and I was like, if there was ever going to be a game where one team stifled the other team and managed to eke out a 1-0 win, you'd swear it was the Kings who beat the Oilers. But that night, the Oilers showed that they're not just McDavid, Draisaitl power play merchants. And since that moment on, you've seen them win games like a different type of team. I would say Game 6 was that kind of win. Adam Wilde, who was streaming, and I always tune into Adam Wilde's streams, and this is his stream, and I'm filling him in for him tonight. He's on the Neil Young. He's at the Neil Young concert tonight, so he couldn't be here tonight. But I am here. He said last night, or on Game 6, that it reminded him of the Nashville-Vancouver series, the win that the Oilers had in Game 6. And I don't disagree with him at all, because what the Oilers exhibited in Game 6 is that they can play a game that's low event. A couple chances here or there, not a lot of shots on the scoreboard. 30 shots tonight isn't even the most amount of shots like they're capable of putting up, but they can play this brand of hockey where they're blocking a lot of shots, where they're not allowing Vancouver to set up a whole bunch, where their penalty kill is 10 out of 10 excellent. And it's been impressive to see the Oilers grow into this type of team under Chris Knobloch. And I'm giving him a lot of the credit for this because Jay Woodcroft did not have the Edmonton Oilers playing this type of hockey. Jay Woodcroft had them playing the old style that we know the Edmonton Oilers as. Last year's Edmonton Oilers, where they're playing a different kind of defense that's more suited to high-octane offense, and we're going to play back-and-forth hockey, but we're going to always outscore our opponents. And this year, the 2024 Edmonton Oilers under Chris Knobloch have exhibited the ability to win low-event, tight, defensive hockey games. Not allowing them to, there's a chance in front that was blocked. Vancouver, puck's on the other end. 9:40 left in the third period. Not allowing the other team to challenge their, let's be frank, sometimes very subpar goaltender too much. They're playing a game that makes it very easy on their goaltender. Some of that's the other team not showing up, Vancouver. Some of that is we're Edmonton. We're new Edmonton. We block shots. We make it easy for Skinner. Everything's to the outside, or if it's in the inside, it's not very high danger. And you got to applaud them for playing that kind of hockey. There you go. There you go. I did focus a lot on Vancouver's foils because I think that's a bigger story because we'll continue to talk about the Edmonton Oilers as they advance. Maybe in the Stanley Cup playoffs here with 8:57 left in the third period. It has been complete domination so far. Vendetta says, I applaud Bouchard and Draisaitl. Evan Bouchard, I picked him for the goal tonight. He's been all over the place. He's been fantastic. Draisaitl, there aren't, like, for Draisaitl, just complimenting him isn't enough because you have to put Draisaitl in the conversation of the all-time greatest playoff performers. Draisaitl, like, even beyond McDavid, even beyond anybody right now currently in the game, what Draisaitl does in the playoff compared to his regular season play is so beyond, like, context of the game right now. You have to say he's one of the best ever for showing up in the playoffs and being a playoff performer. His points per game in the playoffs are, I think it's top 3. He's third fastest to 100 points ever in the playoffs. That guy
cannot get enough compliments on his playoff performances. And it's been exceptional to watch. And eventually, I think it's going to lead to more team success because you just keep punching through that door. Eventually, the door will fall down. So we'll see how that goes. McDavid, I'd like to see get on that level because that's the perception we have of McDavid in our brains. But they have Draisaitl, so maybe you don't need the other guy to be that great. But McDavid's been great tonight, too. He's generated a little bit of scoring chances. We just saw him block a nice shot there. McDavid blocking shots is beautiful to see as well. You love seeing your captain, you love seeing your star player get down on one knee, block a shot with the shin. Stuart Skinner's stopped 28 of the last 29 shots on the Vancouver Canucks. That spans over 2 games. That shows how little shots on goal the Vancouver Canucks have been generating on Stuart Skinner, whose life has been fantastic. Over the last 2 games, the Vancouver Canucks have as many shots as the Edmonton Oilers have in this one game. Not great by the Canucks. We got a potential Edmonton, Dallas, Western Conference final. There's a mistake in front! There's a mistake in front! And the Vancouver Canucks and Connor Garland, who has been all over the ice tonight, pots one, makes it 3-1! Not write the eulogy so quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Forget the Oilers and Stars. Stuart Skinner plays the puck back. Ryan McLeod fumbles it, trying to leave the zone. Pettersson taps it over to Connor Garland. Garland scores on Stuart Skinner, and ladies and gentlemen, I think we might have a hockey game. Oh, sorry. Pettersson did not touch that one. It was all Connor Garland unassisted on the Ryan McLeod error. Connor Garland breathes life into the Canucks. We are 8-17 away from seeing if that is the beginning of something special or too little too late. Let us see how this thing goes. Because I can hear Rogers Arena chanting Connor Garland's name, who has been fantastic tonight. Could that be the moment that wakes up the city of Vancouver, the players on the ice, and gets Vancouver into this game? Edmonton has to now guard a 2-goal lead as this third period winds down. And we got 7:20 left to play. If you are just tuning in, thank you for being here. Could have been anywhere in the world. Chose to be watching this tonight. I appreciate you. If you have not liked this video, hit like on this video. If you have not subscribed to the SDPN YouTube channel, hit subscribe.
Crab people, crab people.
How dare you be here and not like the video? Hit like, hit subscribe. We all greatly appreciate it here at SDPN if you could do those two things. Vancouver's looking a little better, but their ability to get shots on goal is not one of their strengths. They've struggled with that all series long. Here's Connor Garland again. Game 7 Garland? We getting Game 7 Garland? I don't know. Quinn Hughes keeps it in.
Quinn Hughes back at center. Here's Game 7, Garland with the puck again, trying to will this team on his own into this game. We have Darnay sending it in deep. Darnay was a part of that messed up exit. Here's a breakaway for the Canucks. Oh, my goodness. Breakaway just over the top of the net. Phil DiGiuseppe had an opportunity on a breakaway, and he skies it. We got 5:23 left. And it looks like we got a stoppage in play with the puck over the glass. I'm waiting for this DiGiuseppe breakaway here. They're showing the Zadorov miss. Here's DiGiuseppe. Oh! Just went, he was a little too quick with it. Went over the blocker, over the net. Wow. There it was. There was the opportunity for the Canucks to get that second goal. But 101, how do the Canucks have only 16 shots on goal? If you were watching, you know how. Jeff E., too much dad strength on that one. Yeah, DiGiuseppe needed to lower that one a lot. A little too much dad strength. Hank Barber, we need OT, or we want OT. Peter just yeeted it over the net. He 100% did. It was a hard pass. Dave is correct on that. Daniel Free asks a very interesting question. Is McDavid playing right now? When I was talking about the Oilers and pumping their tires a little bit here, I said that McDavid's been good. But if we're going to get like into the minutia, you want to see him be the guy that puts the finishing touches on this, right? Like, I feel like McDavid like I mentioned, I was like, Draisaitl's been otherworldly, so maybe you don't need McDavid to be otherworldly. But if you want to nitpick, you can say that, no. Like, if you want to be really hard on it, you say, no, McDavid should be otherworldly as well. And in these moments, we want McDavid to show up. The crowd in Rogers Arena is going crazy right now. They got the rally towels going. Maybe a little bit more for McDavid. He's been okay. I haven't seen him much in this third for sure. Been a little. There he is. He's on this. He's on this line right now. He's out there with 5 minutes left. Let's keep an ISO on McDavid. See what he does here. Garland versus McDavid is the big matchup I'm looking for. He blocked a shot. Like, I think he's been good. But if you want him to be McJesus game breaker, he hasn't been that, but he's been good. Bouchard here playing the puck behind his own net. Sends it, I think, down the length. Yeah, that's 4 and icing at 4:42. Let's see what we got here with 4:36 remaining. And the Vancouver Canucks, 4:42 remaining, and the Vancouver Canucks having an icing face-off in their offensive zone. There's a goal! Oh, my God! Rodick from the blue line! My goodness! We have a game, ladies and gentlemen! There is no way! Philip Allen Walsh flying! Rodick with 4:36 left on the scoreboard in this game, in the Canucks season keeps them alive. A pass from Quinn Hughes to Philip Kronik. Alan Walsh somewhere is leaping up from his couch. That's Philip Kronik's first career playoff goal. And it could not have come at a bigger moment in the Canucks season. And we get a timeout for the Edmonton Oilers. Holy cow! What? What? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to lock in. It is time to lock in. The Vancouver Canucks were down, but they were not out. Coming into this third period, they looked like a team that didn't know they had a hockey game today. I don't think I can point to anybody outside of Game 7 Garland who had a good game so far entering the third period. But there's no quit in the Cardiac Canucks. And with 4:25 left, their season is still alive because Game 7 Garland got them on the board. And then Hughes to Alan Walsh client Philip Kronik gave them their second of the game. And who cares if they have 17 shots up to this point? It doesn't matter if you can pot 3 of them. That's all it takes. One more before the end of regulation. And they can truly stay alive to face the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Final. We will see what happens here. My goodness! The Edmonton Oilers need to stop sitting back. They decided we are going to play harden. We are going to sit in our shell and we are just going to play D and try and not get anything going this entire third period because we got a 3-goal cushion and we're comfy. And that has not been a recipe for success right now. 97, Connor McDavid tries to skate up the ice, gets stopped. 3:40 left on my television. The clock's a little quick. We got Oilers working the puck in the corner, delaying the clock a little bit. Warren Fogel's doing a fantastic job. Warren Fogel battling. McDavid tries to go out front, can't do it. Warren Fogel, a master class of board battles. Here's Hyman. Shaq Hyman just keeping the puck against the board. 3 Canucks players are trying to fish it out and they can't do it because Shaq Hyman keeping the puck along the boards. That's 45 seconds of zone time for the Oilers in a position where they desperately need it. Canucks finally got the puck here. They're going to try and break out. Here we go. They're doing their breakout. They've got the puck in the zone. They throw it on net. It's wide. They lose the zone. They go back to their own net. Shvilovs is still in there. Shvilovs is still in net. 2:25 to go. JT Miller skates to the center of ice. Draisaitl stops JT. He sends it back to Shvilovs. The Edmonton Oilers got the puck again. It's Cody Ceci. Shvilovs has left. He's leaving. We got a 6-on-5 now. Season is hanging in the balance for the Vancouver Canucks. Empty net. 1:45 now on the clock. Garland's out there. Pedersen's out there. JT Miller's out there. All the big boys. Quinn Hughes. They're looking for one. Hughes goes back. Oilers send it to center. Hughes goes back and plays it. They can't quite get enough to get a shot at the empty net. Season is still alive here for the Canucks. Hughes loses his man. He falls into the corner. Here's JT Miller playing the puck just above the faceoff dot. Can the Canucks generate a miracle here? 1 minute left. They need some shots. They've been stuck on 17. They haven't been able to get a single shot on goal here. My goodness. Great defense by the Oilers. Fantastic stuff by their defenders. The forward group is pressuring, playing really well. The Vancouver Canucks haven't been able to set up offensively this entire time as this game is winding down. What a masterclass by Chris Knobloch and the entire Oilers crew. Finally, they're into the zone, the Canucks are. We got a couple, 10 seconds left. There it is, last block shot. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Edmonton Oilers are going to the Western Conference Finals. They're going to play Dallas. Vancouver, you put up a great fight, but in the end, it wasn't enough. 3-2 on the scoreboard. That is it. Game. Oilers. We are done. The Oilers move on. Vancouver is going home. What a defensive masterclass. Shout out CJ Cable, who just gifted 5 memberships. What a defensive masterclass it was by the Edmonton Oilers, especially in the end there. Go back and watch. See how little time, even with the man advantage, that the Vancouver Canucks spent in the offensive zone. They couldn't get anything going there with the 3 minutes left. Oilers realized we need to clamp down here. We need to make sure that there's nothing left for the Canucks to do. They can't get anything on this net because we don't know what lucky bounce is going to go in. And they shut it down. Well done. Well done, Edmonton. You've earned this victory. All right. Job's not done, Shoddy boys. Shout out Shoddy boys. Job is not done. On to the next one. To end this stream, we're going to play our favorite game. We're going to play our favorite game. Let me tell you where you are watching from. Wherever you're watching from in the world, let me know in the chat and we will shout you out, because you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but tonight you chose to be hanging out with us watching the Oilers advance to the Western Conference Finals. And the job is not done for the Oilers. They have 8 more wins to go. There will be plenty of time to dissect the season that the Vancouver Canucks had, and hats off to them. What an effort. Way to go, toe-to-toe with the Oilers. They surprised everybody this season with what they've accomplished. But right now, it's about celebrating the Oilers. Fantastic stuff out of them. And to end the stream, let's shout out all of you, because all of you are the true reason that I can do this and we at SDPN can do this. So let me know where in the world you are watching from, and let's end this stream. Shout out Justin Fisher in the chat. Shout out Hayden for some stats early on. Shout out Robert Malloy, who's been hanging out all night. And shout out all of you from wherever you were in the world. Let's get out the Dancing Animal Squad. A little confetti, and I'm going to get this thing going. The frame rate's dropping. It can't handle everything that's going on. All right. Shout out Ryan in Tampa, David in Bulgaria, Sky in Boston, Boone in Saskatchewan, Jake Glass in BC. I'm sorry, Jake Glass. Vancouver lost. Jacob in Nunavut, Dave in Pittsburgh, Deb in Virginia, Trinka 2.0 in Stouffville, Nick in Florida, Sarah in Kentucky, Blue in Montreal, Corey in Edmonton. Let's go, Edmonton. This one's for you, Corey. Mean Heens in San Antonio. We got Gatineau Mark, Bowmanville Doug, Fullerton Brian, Ottawa Alex, Christian in Vancouver, Montreal Disturbed May. We got Seattle Taylor Yamamoto. I don't believe it's really you. Scotland, Ontario, Putsy Boy, Salt Lake City, AJ, Pender Island, BC, Allen in Calgary, Brunswick, Germany, Nicholas, and L Powers in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you all for this anywhere in the world for watching this tonight, and I appreciate you. The Edmonton Oilers are going to the Western Conference Finals. Look out for Adam Wild's stream in the Western Conference Finals when it starts. Shout out to Steve Dangle, who will be doing the Eastern Conference Finals streams when that series starts. And I'll be on pregame for Steve's streams, doing a little Twitch streaming, or NHL 24 streaming of my series of one since 67, my quest to win one Stanley Cup since 1967. That's it. Good night. This was a blast. Thank you to Adam Wild to let me take over tonight as he spent the night at the Neil Young concert. I will see you guys on the Steve Dangle podcast tomorrow. Good night.